it's me, Margaret. I have been gone for the past couple of Mondays because Thomas is at camp, and he goes to camp up in Oxford, about 2.5 hours away from here. He wanted to go to the 2-week session, but baseball interfered with that. So we are taking him up, going to get him, checking him out, bringing him back for the next week. So he's on his 2nd week now. And they happen to have to check in on Mondays. So, of course, we spend that day traveling home after we check him in. So, anyway, that's why you're seeing me here on Tuesday and why you didn't see me last week. Okay, this was, let's see, I've kind of had a theme going for a little bit, and that was to remake some things that needed attention. I was doing that Craftsy class called Hats 4 Ways, and they had this pixie hat, and I did a really bad job on the decreases, which were done in a different way. So I tried again to do the decreases, and while this hat is passable, I am still not pleased with my progress in knitting. Well, that's not true. I'm doing all right, you know, with my progress, but I'm not sure if I feel comfortable giving anybody this yet. So we'll see. But it's that wonderful yarn, that Patton's Baby, softy, chunky something, and it's just so wonderful with the nylon in it. So I loved it. Then, a long time ago, like well over a year ago, I won something in a giveaway Erin, Give Me Yarn 418 did, and it was some Hirschner's chunky or bulky weight yarn, and so I thought I was going to make a cat bed out of it, and it just flopped. It turned out terrible and all, but it was great yarn. So I pulled it out and I made myself a little bag. See that? A little crocheted bag. Now, what this is actually a combination of 2 patterns. The first pattern that I saw that was very similar to this, like this, was on, well, I saw it on Pinterest, traced it to Ravelry, and it was in Japanese or Chinese or something, only with a chart. I thought I understood what to do, but I was kind of confused, and so I was kind of hesitant to do it. Kept looking, found another purse pattern that looked a lot like this but had different handles. It even had this oval shaped bottom, which is what I wanted. But I wanted these little short handles. So I combined the 2 patterns and came up with this. So I'm really pleased with it. And it was perfect for this yarn. I was very excited. So thank you, Erin, for my new bag. Over a year later. And what do we have in this bag but some new needles? I bought these. The Knit Picks interchangeables in the regular size. And really do, I've fallen in love with these. They make a difference with acrylic yarn. I had the inexpensive ones, bamboo ones that I bought from Amazon, and it's the connector, it's this plastic, that, you know, the connector thing, the string, whatever you call that, cord, that is not, it's not compatible with all yarns, and in particular the acrylic. It worked great on this, which is acrylic and nylon, but no drag at all. It was wonderful. Loved them. Perfect. And then I tried to use Karen 1-pounder, and it just wouldn't slide. It's just a lot of work. Ugh, you know, you have to pull it over like that. So I was wishing for interchangeables like this, nickel plated, that had the 16-inch cord. These, of course, are longer, so you don't want to do hats with that long thing and put a 16-inch cord on those. That wouldn't work. And Erin, again, gosh, Erin, you should have just done this with me. I'm going to talk about you the whole time. She mentioned these. They're Knitter's Pride, and the cords are interchangeable with these. So if I want to, I can use my longer cords on these shorter needles, which is pretty handy dandy. Really love them. So glad that I bought these. So I thought I needed to have a collection of different size cords since I had made this investment. And these cords work on both sets of these needles. So I bought 2 of all these larger sizes. Why? Because they're only $1.99. My husband and I were looking at these and he said, how on earth can they make this for only $1.99? And I ordered from the Knit Picks website. I mean, you get your end stoppers, you get the little key that helps you tighten it, and you get a cord, all for $1.99. And I've read the reviews, and sometimes they do wear out or give out or slip or whatever, so I thought it would be good to have a spare, because I would really hate to be working in the middle of a project and be up a creek. So, whoa, that was a great deal. So what did I knit with my fancy schmancy needles? Well, another one of these little scallops hats. Now, this was some Big Lots yarn, and it claims to be a 4, but it's much more like a sport, which was what, ironically, the original pattern had called for. It was a sport yarn. So I made it. I like it. I think I did a pretty darn good job on this, but I am curious if everybody's inside is supposed to, excuse me, look like this, because it doesn't stretch beyond a certain point. So I wonder if I'm doing that right, which is fine. I mean, it doesn't need to stretch any more than that actually, but is there a different way to do that? So knitters, speak up. And then I also tried this hat. Can't remember the name of it right now, but of course I'll have all my links in the description box. It's a slouchy, and I do like it, but I made some mistakes. And you know what? I need to just come on and fess up here. Whenever I have knitted anything, I'm always having to rip out back to a certain part and, you know, put my needles back on and then try again. I'm just not really good at it at all. Not yet. I mean, I have faith though. There was a time when I didn't think I'd ever be able to knit, but now I think I can. I got confused in the decreases, so you might see some wonky things going on up here, and I did mess up. It's worked on the wrong side, which is why you get these bumps. It's called a broken rib stitch, because you do a knit 1 purl 1 rib, and then you do the next row with just knitted, and then you do a knit 1 purl 1 rib, then you do the next row just knitted. Therefore, as you can see, the knit row is interrupting, it's breaking the ribbing, so it's called a broken rib stitch. And you get this and you do it on the wrong side, and you get this really neat popcorn texture. I don't know how to describe it, but I like it. I'm not thrilled with my progress, but I do feel like, well, I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm ready to give this away or not, but I would wear it myself. So I'm just not sure if I'm ready to. When I give things away, I really like to be proud of it. It's a gift. And so when I'm donating things, I'm giving gifts, you know, see. So I don't want to say, oh, I don't like this. Here, you can have my cast off. No, I mean, I want them to be proud of whatever I'm giving. And that brings me to the next project. Cute little crochet pattern, a little set, but I don't know what I think about my mistake. See, it's a watermelon hat, but somehow or another I got my watermelon seeds wrong. They're all in a line. They're supposed to look like the scarf. See the scarf? But I don't know what I did. So, but this scarf turned out great, but I don't know what I did on my hat. Do you think I need to rip out and start over, or do you think this is acceptable? I'm not quite sure. I would probably wear it and not worry about it, but I don't know if someone else would think the same. So vote for me. Let me know if you think, because I really don't mind. I don't mind ripping things out because it's the process of working the yarn that I love so much. I don't get too upset about, oh darn, I have to crochet again. You know, it's just not a problem. So let me know what you think about that. And because I just have to talk about Erin again, on her TGIF Ravelry group, she's doing a Christmas in July and August challenge, group effort, I don't know what exactly it's called. So I really had a hard time deciding what I wanted to make for Christmas, and I found this precious little pattern. It's a hat, and he's an elf. See his ears? And he's wearing a hoodie. Isn't that cute? He's wearing a hoodie. See, it pulls up like this. It even goes over his ears. And when we, took this up, this is what I was working on when we went to Oxford. And everybody that was up there, my niece and actually Tucker's brother-in-law and sister-in-law, they were up there too, because they were taking their youngest to visit some colleges. And anyway, to make a long story short, so everybody loved this. And the girls, Maggie and Sarah, are in grad school. They're in accounting. And this is a terrible class they're taking right now on tax. So study, 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 study. So Maggie came out of her room at one point and picked it up and put it on and modeled it for us. And you can see she wasn't very enthusiastic. Not because she didn't love the hat. That's why she picked it up and put it on. It's because she loved it, but because she was exhausted from studying. So, yeah, everybody would walk around. Everybody that walked up to it had to pick it up and put it on. So it definitely is going to need to be washed so it'll smell nice and fresh. I don't want anybody's germs on it. But I just fell in love with it. This is from a pattern called Sweater Friends. It's a paid-for pattern. I'll put the link down below. And it has different things. It has a polar bear and a penguin and a koala bear and even a whack-a-mole where you can you can make the hammer hang off of it, so you can whack your whack-a-mole on top. I'm assuming, for those of you who are not from America and you have whack-a-mole over there, if you go into an arcade, it's just a game where especially little people love it. You put your money in and these moles pop up out of the holes, and the little people have to whack the mole on top of the head, and they get points every time they whack the mole. So that's what that is. So anyway, it was a precious pattern. I love it. I highly recommend it. I'm in the process of working on the polar bear right now. And oh yeah, it comes in all sizes too, so you can do them for, this was considered the child size, but it fits me and smaller. This is a 20-inch head here, which they recommend pretty much for a child size, somewhere around there. And so you can see how that works. Can you see her eyes? Are her eyes showing? Yeah. But I just thought that was so cute. Now they did have a pom-pom, a green pom on the end of this. And I purposely chose not to put the pom on there because he looked just like an elf hat, and you miss the whole point that it's a hoodie when you think he's wearing an elf hat. So, I don't know. I might go back and put it on because it matches his green outfit. But I just thought it neat. I don't know. I just thought it was really cool. Just like it was. I am considering doing this shorter. See, I've covered this over the whole face so that the head is filled up with the wearer's head, because it's not designed to do that. It's really designed to be like this and sit up on top of your head like that. But I'm considering cutting some of this off so that the scalp, the wearer's head, fills it up and makes it round. And what do you think? So that's all I've got this week. Talk to you soon. Bye. It would be really cute if we could figure out how to make a puppet out of him.